Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be talking all about ultrasound physics. And today's video is mainly going to be about the 7 parameters of sound waves, describing sound waves. And the way I like to remember it, if you can see my board back there, is find a place inside where people sing. And if you're familiar with this channel, then you know that I'm a singer. So when we go through that, we're going to talk about period, frequency, amplitude, power, intensity, wavelength, and propagation speed. Okay, but today I'm mainly going to focus on three, and these three are called the three bigness parameters, and that is amplitude, power, and intensity. Okay, amplitude is the bigness of the wave. Okay, amplitude is the difference between the maximum and the average value of the acoustic value. Okay, it's also the minimum. It's also measured in the minimal value between the minimal value and the average value as well. So not only in the maximum, but also in the minimum. And if you can see, this is a wave, a sound wave, and the arrows are pointing are in two different areas of the sound wave. So on the top portion, it's at the maximum, and on the bottom portion, it's at the minimum. Okay. Then we're going to talk about power. Power is the rate of energy transferred. Okay. This is measured in watts. Um, and it's also considered the bigness of the wave as well. The next one is going to be the intensity. And I'm kind of going through them a little quick because they all come back together again. The next one is intensity, and that one is the concentration of the energy beam. And that one is measured in watt centimeters squared. Okay. Why I said that this is going to come back in full circle, all three of them are directly related to one another. So when they're directly related, that means when one goes up, the other goes up. But there's a trick to that one. Um, let's say amplitude was at 2 megapascals and it goes up by 2. Amplitude is 2 square, amplitude squared. Amplitude squared. So that means it would go up to 4, which means power and intensity has to go up by 4 as well. So it kind of quadruples. So if power and intensity were at 10, they're now at 40, while amplitude is at 4. Okay. So that's kind of why I was like wanting to go back in full circle with the three. Also to mention, these three are determined by the sound source, which is our ultrasound machine. Okay, the ultrasound machine determines how it works, but also the sonographer can adjust these settings on the machine as well. Another thing about the three is that as they propagate through the body, the intensity decreases. It decreases, not the intensity per se, but as it propagates through the body, it decreases. All three of them. I didn't want to use this analogy because my teacher does use this analogy a lot, but it's basically like a car that you fill up with gas and you go on a road trip. As you continue driving, the gas decreases. So that's the same thing that happens when these three propagate through your body. That is it for my show today. Come back from some more. And also, if you're a sonographer or a student, put some comments below on how I can pass my physics class. Bye for now.